Hey guys, Angie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So today we have the St. Patty's Day wig. If you didn't know, the G in that G stands for green. Yes, my last name's Green, and I was born on St. Patty's Day. So my birthday's coming up, and I felt like being festive this year. I usually don't. Maybe it's the Panasonic or whatever, but she felt like being festive and making a St. Patty's Day wig. Today's video is just about the color, so if you are interested in seeing the install, it is not included, but go to the comments, let me know you want to see the install because I did film it, and I can certainly put that up as a video for you. So do that while you're down there. Also, hit that subscribe button. Join the Nat G gang, and let's get into this video. So today I'm going to be transforming my teal wig. This is what she was looking like before we got started. So I did section off 2 braids in the front of the frontal. This is a full frontal wig, and I did want to do something crazy with it, but as you guys can see in the beginning, it didn't translate. Today we're going to be doing the watercolor method, of course, and be using 3 colors. I'm going to say them from lightest to darkest, but we'll be dyeing them darkest to lightest. So starting with green apple, that's the last color we're going to dye, but it's the lightest color on the wig. The middle color is electric lime, and then the darkest color on the wig is clover. And as you guys can tell, the colors are 163, 164, 165, so they're in order, so I assumed gradient. So I have my hot water here, so I'm pouring it in from my kettle into my basket. I don't use a lot of water because I really want it to be pigmented, so I usually just use 1 kettle's worth of water and add my dye in. So in doing the watercolor method, I work darkest to lightest, so I'm starting with clover. My logic here is that if I was to start lightest to darkest and I got some of the darker hair on the lighter hair, I couldn't fix that. So I start dyeing from darkest to lightest so that if I make a mistake with the darker color, I can likely either go darker and correct it or add the lighter color, see if it fixes it. If it doesn't fix it, I'll add more of the darker color. So after giving your water a good mix, you can dunk the hair in. I started with just the tips, but you want to make sure to kind of almost angle your wig into the water. That way you're getting some of the darker color on the back of the wig. If you don't do this, all the color will just kind of be at the bottom and it won't give your wig as much of an ombre effect. If we were doing bundles, dunking the hair straight in would work very, very well, but because we're doing it on an already constructed wig, make sure that you're working the dye through the hair to get the gradient you want and angling it backwards so that the dye actually shows up on the back of the wig. So this is what the wig looks like before electric lime. I was actually very worried at this point because I was like, this color looks more teal, aquamarine-ish than green. But after using electric lime, you'll see that it took and absorbed a lot of electric lime's pigments and greenness and made it into the darker green. At the end of the video, I'm going to talk about some tips and almost regrets I had throughout this dyeing process. In my opinion, I think I could have skipped this. My logic is that the lightest lime green apple color is so green as well that if I had used it with that clover cool teal color, it would have turned it green just the same way, and I probably would have gotten a better ombre. Now I'm using one of my dye bowls to kind of saturate the hair at the front. You can skip this step. This is one of my regrets as well. Let's get into green apple, the final green in this whole concoction of mine. So again, pour it into the hot water, give it a stir. This time though, because it's the final color and it's the lightest color, I actually dunk the whole wig in. I'm not really afraid of that. Usually, I should add usually there, because this is my third regret, was that I didn't keep some of that teal. I feel like some of that teal would have added a lot more dimension to the wig, as you'll see when I go to talk about it in about 10 seconds. It's a very green wig, so having some of that teal would have acted really nice as highlights, in my opinion. So this is the final look of the wig. So final thoughts, I think that overall I would stick to maybe 2 greens. I could have ditched electric lime because I feel like it's such a powerful green that it basically turned everything electric lime. Like what you're seeing on camera is, you can see it more at the back on camera than it is like green apple, electric lime, clover. You can see that, but for the most part, the electric lime carried throughout the majority of the hair, but like some parts of the hair, it just looks like one color green, so it's like, why did I do all that work? So personally, in my opinion, I think you should just stick to 2 and you'll probably get the same gradient and probably even a better gradient because you'll almost be making your own electric lime with the green apple at the top and the clover at the end. But I just feel like it looked like a lot of green because of that middle color, so I would cut that out. Overall though, I'm shocked that I turned this out and it looks good. I was worried. I dead ass was worried. Like I was like, it's not gonna look good. You tried a ting, like the St. Patty's Day ting, like you tried. It just wasn't successful. Like it definitely is green, like very green, but I'm not mad at it green. Like I actually would wear this out. Another thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't try to color the front. Green as a dye, I don't think is very forgiving. So like those strands that I did at the front was kind of pointless. It all kind of just blended into one green. I think my only regret is dyeing the whole wig green. I wish I would have kept some of that teal because I think it would have looked really nice as a gradient from like the teal and then maybe green apple and then to clover, just to give the wig some more dimension, because I really feel like that would have took it to a whole nother level. But aside from that, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video with basically my birthday wig, my St. Patty's Day wig. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And as always, subscribe to me. It pays my bills. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.